we can walk. Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly come to you. Here I am in the Derby Mountains. Whoop. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. Coming in, driving in, far out, usually like rolling green hills, bamboo forest, pine forest, and this is where we grow this little baby, the reishi mushroom. So I thought, hey Sam, how beautiful e-commerce wizard, here we are. You know, all that reishi that helps transform so many people's lives and helps so many people with anxiety, helps so many people with immunodeficiencies, helps so many people with liver toxicity, with asthma, so many people with allergies and hay fever, especially in the southern hemisphere right now. A lot of people coming into spring can't handle all the changes going on. Well, reishi, that beautiful herb that helps so many people with that, this is where we are collecting it from. And so our philosophy, of course, when it comes to collecting reishi is de-Dao. And so I've got to be a little bit quick with you guys because we got to, as you can see, the sun's starting to come down and we got a 5-hour drive to get to Wudang Mountain, where Taoism was literally like the original place in which that was downloaded into humans and where humans started really feeling the absolute first essence of yin and yang and 5-element theory. Well, not the first humans, but you know, those humans that started, those shamans that eventually led to documenting it and into Taoist theory. But so here I am, I'm just really starting to understand a lot about the reishi industry. I already did. We're growing reishi as far as I can tell and as far as I've pushed for. In terms of cultivating reishi, we are sourcing the absolute most potent reishi possible with the traditional earthy technologies that help us ensure that all the immunological medicine, the beta-glucans, the adaptogenic triterpenes, and all the other array of chemistry and energetics that makes this reishi so potent. Firstly, what we have to do is we have to go small batch. So we're not at a mega farm here. We're at a family-owned operation. So I've just been there with Mr. Chi. And so Mr. Chi is the farmer who's been doing this for 20 years, right? And so he hires, he has his family, has some staff, local villagers that come and help him harvest and help him plug the wild oak. So we use Dwan wood, Dwan wood just means like stumps of wood that we grow the reishi on, and that's wild oak that is used. That wild oak is then plugged with high quality reishi mycelium and then placed underground in rich soil. And then we get the reishi, we'll grow out and we'll collect that. Reishi tonight before bed. Ashley, thank you for mentioning that. For everyone, if you're not on the reishi bandwagon of having, a little reishi chamomile before bed, are you even sleeping? Are you even living? And so basically 2 rows of reishi, and then that oak is going underground, plugged with mycelium, and then over time, what I've kind of just been pushing, over time we get that beautiful crop, and that crop has just been harvested, and some of them have just been just getting harvested in the next couple of days. So basically, what will happen as much as possible. I didn't actually realize how hard it was to grow reishi, right? And so one thing that we are trying to do more and more is find more and more ways to get reishi exposed to the elements, because it is a sensitive herb. So what we'll do as much as possible, these canopies will be taken off, so that, and just specifying, each end to the canopy is always open. So oxygen, fresh air is always getting in there so the reishi can breathe. There is all wild grass all around, up through the rows. There's not 1 ounce of pesticide going on here. There's lots of weeds. There's earthworms kicking. It's a very healthy environment. We've got a fresh mountain spring here in which is used. I've just got my TDS meter to test how many parts per million are total dissolved solids, basically seeing how healthy that water is. If it's up over 200, now there's too many solids in there. That water's no good. 52 was on that TDS, and hang on, let's do it. Okay. All right. So reishi going down. I might be able to get enough in at the end here. So Here's this. So this is the water. This is the kind of like, when you do, this is what like really pushes me in terms of where we source our herbs from, and the kind of relationships and the farmers in which I have relationships with is those that aren't using municipal water is one huge one. And so the reason we get up here into the Derby Mountains, where it's hard to get up here and it's hard to have a reishi operation here, is because fresh air, no pollution, no radiation. We'll do a radiation test as well. So here we go, TDS meter on 0. It's moving fast. Let's have a look. 6, 7. 6 and 7 is insanely low. So that's what he was actually, when we were coming up, I was testing the water down there, and he was like, that's good. Mr. Chi was like, that's good, but this is where we get the water from, up here. Up here is where we get the water from. And there's his pipe. And so now I know why. He knows. He knows that right up here, where it's like coming off the mountain, it's moving fast. That's the best water. And then I better start going soon, because these crew, they're gonna get upset at me. I have to give them some reishi to calm them down. And so at the same time, I'm testing for radiation all these places I'm coming. But so this is Didao. This is what we do. This is where we grow that beautiful reishi mushroom, right? The one that's helping so many people with anxiety, so many people with sleep issues, so many people who have allergies, all those things. Boom, that's it. That heart medicine, pure heart medicine. That reishi that's helping toning vagus nerve function. It's actually getting into the nerve cells, right? The neural cells of the heart, amping them up, calming them down, so you can get further into heart organ system and physical heart tonification, get that whole system working better, so you can perceive more, you can be more present, so that your heart can communicate in that unmediated line of communication with the brain, right? Basically, so the mind and the body and the spirit are more unified. And as more and more of that happens, more Shen comes through, more spirit comes through, more wisdom comes through. And that's why reishi is doing a multitude of things in the body. And then you layer in all the immunological brilliance that it's doing in the body, building up bone marrow so you can get nice white blood cell production, protecting the body. And that way your body can get stress-free, calm down, you can get more present, feel more, get more in touch with what you want to do in this life, purpose in this life. And that's why I'm dropping reishi bombs all over the world as much as possible. And so I'm really stoked to be able to have brought you here to the Derby Mountains, where we grow our reishi mushroom. And as I said earlier, I've now got a 5-hour drive to Wudang Mountain, which is a very sacred Taoist mountain. So I'm making my crew wait, so I better go. But I just wanted to quickly jump on to the to you crew here and share this beautiful information with you. So thanks for stopping by, and stay tuned in. Yeah, guys, there's many more farms to visit, many more mountains to visit, and I can't wait to share more with you. I've also done a lot over on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, also get over there and follow. Check out our stories. And I've also done a live there this morning where I recorded an entire podcast live. You can go and watch that now, and another live walking around the reishi farm. If you didn't get enough here, you can go over to Instagram and watch it there. And be subscribed to the Super Feast podcast. You can do that on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify. And I've got a new epic podcast dropping about sourcing herbs, history of Taoist herbal theory, dropping at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So be subscribed, and if you're liking the podcast, please leave a review and a rating. It really helps me get that information out. So thanks, guys. Trauji, hello, the beautiful person that's helped Reishi and Super Feast be where it is today. So thank you. I know you just came on late there, but awesome to see you, and you helped me get here to China as well. So thank you. Thanks, everybody. I'll see ya.